Welcome everybody to the 2023 Level Up Workshop. If you've been around our community for any period of time, you know that in December we start planning for the new year. My name is Melanie Greenough. I'm the CEO and founder of She's Creating an Empire, a business that teaches women how to build businesses online, brands, and bank accounts that they love. And the goal is to be able to teach women to take back their time and their money and really figure out how to live on purpose, living a life of their dreams, so to speak, meaning out of the 9-to-5 grind, away from the traditional business that may be strangling them, right? My background, guys, just so you know, I had 2 traditional businesses. I built those businesses after being a broke, homeless, single mom. And I thought the way to transform my life would be to have a brick and mortar business. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a brick and mortar business. The problem was I had 65 employees and 44 employees and $65,000 a month in overhead before I made a penny. And so I was really struggling to get ahead. I was a pastor of a church. I was inner city youth ministry. I had 3 foster kids under the age of 7, my own kid, 2 dogs. I was busy. Like, I can't even take a breath saying all of that. And so I hit this place in my life where I'm like, is this really all there is? Is this really what I'm going to do? I'm going to get up, alarm clock, run around like a mad hatter, get my kid off to school, get the foster kids off to what they had to go off to, go run my businesses, go to the church, do the thing, come home, drop dead basically, and fall asleep and get up and do it all over again the next day. The problem with that, I don't mind working hard. Of course I want to work hard. Problem was I wasn't getting anywhere, right? Do you guys ever feel like you're just not getting anywhere? Like, you save up $1,000 or $1,000 and the car breaks down, or the kids want a new sport, or something happens. Well, that was the life that I was living. And I thought there has to be more to life than this. I read the book, The Cash Flow Quadrant, and everything changed for me. I learned there was 4 ways to make money in the free world. You can be an employee or self-employed. I was fired 21 times because I'm a terrible employee, and I was already self-employed and that wasn't working for me, right? So I tried both of those things. 95% of the population earn their money in that way, and they end up dead or dead broke at age 65. Now, there's a very real scenario. These are not statistics that I'm making up. If you work for yourself or for someone else and you do not have money that comes in from multiple streams that is going to set you up for future success, residual income, leveraged income, you're most likely going to end up in that 95% broke category. And that is, in my opinion, because we're sold a lie about how we're supposed to earn money. We've been taught and trained that, to get a good job, right? Go to school, get a good education, get a good job, and that everything's going to work out just fine. But let me ask you a question. How many of you believe that things are going to end up just fine, right? How many of you believe that doing what, everyone else is doing, things are going to end up fine, right? They're not going to end up fine. They are going to end up as a disaster. And so I really have a bent towards injustice. It makes me crazy. One of my main motivators is that justice. I believe that, we live in a universe that believes in balance, and that justice and injustice are 2 sides of the same coin. And I want for people to know that you can really have everything you've ever wanted. You just have to know how to flip that coin. So I'm going to go into a couple of steps today for all those that signed up and got registered for this. You guys would have been emailed a workbook. It's a Rock Your Week Like a Boss workbook. It's the front of our planner, right? So our Create an Empire Success Planner and System comes with a full training. But in here, there are workbook. Like, this is an actual, guys, this is a workbook, not a planner. People are like, well, I like this planner and I like that planner. I'm like, that's great. I like my 7-figure empire planner. So in here, you're actually going to learn how to set up your year for success, be able to create a roadmap for yourself. But before we jump into that, I just want to get really, because this is a goal setting workshop, right? This isn't a light, fluffy, yay, let's feel good. This is like, what are we actually doing with our lives? What are we actually doing with our futures? What do you want your moving forward, what do you want your life to look like? What do you want to spend your time doing? I'm going to try not to get emotional, but I really want to share this with you guys. On Friday, I took my mom to the ICU. She was very sick. They put her in ICU, or took her to the emergency. They put her in the ICU. Within less than 48 hours, she was on life support, and she's still on life support. Good news though, she has had a miracle healing and her lungs are operating fully better, and they're going to be able to take her off the machine tomorrow and all of this stuff. But I want to share this with you guys because life is short. Life is short and you don't know what's going to happen. And when I was sitting with her, one of the things that I started thinking about was all of you, all of the women in this beautiful community that have spent their time and their lives feeling like they're not good enough, feeling like they're never going to figure it out, feeling like they're always going to be broke, feeling like they're too much, they need to sit down and shut up, feeling like them wanting to get rich and get wealthy and have the nice things and be able to do the nice stuff, that's beyond them. That's for other people. And I started thinking, why is it that some people break out of that habit of thinking and move into a future where they live their dreams, and 95% of people don't. They that's the actual statistics. They don't. So my question for you today is, where are you spending your energy? What are you believing to be true about you? What are you believing? Because the actual truth of who you are is that you are divine force. You came from source. You're going back to source, right? I had a conversation with somebody the other day. We won't get into a bunch of religious talk because let me tell you, this is a big topic, but I want you guys to know that you are worthy. You have nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You do not need to go through your life feeling guilty for who you are. You are a divine, sovereign, impactful human being that chose to come here to leave your specific and important work on the earth to better humanity. And so if you're at a job that you don't love, then you need to change it. If you're in a life that you have created, but you don't see any of yourself in, Shanda brings this up all the time, right? Shanda Wright, our senior coach, she was talking about Eat, Pray, Love. So that was her homework one time. She's a good student, right? But in Eat, Pray, Love, if you haven't watched it with Julia Roberts, you have to go watch it. She says, I created this life, and when I looked around, I didn't see any of myself in it. We actively participate in the daily creation of our lives, and oftentimes we're spending our time creating a life we don't actually want to live. And if that's not the definition of insanity, I don't know what is. So I am on a mission in 2023 to find the women that are brave enough, courageous enough, strong enough to say yes to a different kind of way of living, to say yes to a different way of being, to say yes to creative, beautiful co-creation, and create something that the masses of people would call impossible. If I can go from being a broke, homeless, single mom to running multiple businesses online and offline that are very successful, you can figure out how to get to 6 or 7 figures online. I promise you can do it. Okay. What does it take? Becoming a lifelong learner. You've got to be a lifelong learner. You've got to take the courses, enroll in the programs, read the books, listen to the audios. I have been doing personal development for 25 years. So, don't think your 6 months is going to get her done. This is not going to get it done. It's a lifelong process. Number 2, what do you got to do? We got to remove the old beliefs. We got to reset the money paradigm. We have to change the way you think about earning money, the way what you think about earning money. For example, I want you guys to drop in the chat the answer or finish this sentence for me. Money doesn't grow on, drop it in the chat. Money doesn't grow on. How does that sentence end? Because we have all been indoctrinated with the same message, and that is that there is not enough, right? Why do you all know that the end of that sentence is trees? Why do you know? If it doesn't make you angry, that you have been indoctrinated for poverty, I can't help you. If you will not stop and take personal responsibility for where you are right now, I also cannot help you. But if you allow the truth that you were born for abundance but trained for lack to sink in, and you're willing to do something about it, because here's the reality. It is disgusting. They're going to tell you that you're too fat. They're going to tell you you're too old or too young or too skinny or too bold or too timid, or you're or. No, you're not a seal. You're a divine queen who is here for a purpose. You have a message. You have a mission. You are not on this earth by accident. You were put here for a purpose. And that purpose is calling your name each and every day. Inside your heart, your soul knows why you were born here. If you've been ignoring it, that's okay. If you've been ignoring it to this point, that's okay. But today, that's going to change. Today, we're going to break off the binding message that you are not enough, that you are born for lack. You weren't born for lack. Look around in nature. Nature lacks nothing. Like the plant doesn't have to figure out, well, how am I going to get the water? And the bird doesn't wonder, I wonder if there'll be any worms today. No, the whole thing is perfect. It works, well, until we screwed it up. It's perfect divine order. Perfect divine order. Perfect divine order. Is there perfect divine order in your life? Is there more than enough money? Is there more than enough time? Is there more than enough energy? Is there more than enough love? Abundance is the result of love. Let me break this down for you in a very simple way to understand. The answer to everything is love. The answer to everything is love. Miracles are created in love. Money is created in love. Freedom is created in love. Let me prove it to you. Let me prove it to you. When you want to create anything at all, you have to fall in love with the idea of having the thing. Now, I know many of us miss this, but we have to fall in love with the idea of having the thing. So what is it that you want? Let's start with income, because that's a very simple, put a number on it, very like touchy-feely, we can touch that thing. What do you want to create for income? We're starting the workshop for 2023. Drop it in the chat what you want for income, either monthly or annually. I don't care how you do it. What do you want for income in 2023? What would you like to see your income be at? Now, I want this to be a number where you're excited about it and you're in love with the idea. Like if you made an extra $100,000, as somebody drops 100K in the chat, 10K, 120,000 a year, right? If you fell in love with that idea, how do you love an idea? How do you love an idea? Well, you have to put life into the idea. You have to spend time with the idea. You have to work with the idea, to cuddle with the idea. You got to get close enough to breathe the idea, right? You don't just like, oh, that's a nice idea. Nice ideas don't get stuff done. Love will bleed for the result. You see? Think about how you love your children, or how you love your spouse, or how you love God, or whoever you love the most. I want you to think about how you love them. Would you not do anything for them? Would you not reach any height, learn any skill set? Would you not pour your blood, sweat, and tears into the time spent to create and maintain that relationship? Love is your weapon. You have to fall in love with the person that you are going to be when you are making that kind of money. You have to fall in love with what you'll do with the money. You're going to fall in love with how you're going to move with that money, right? We have to spend time in relationship with our idea. Because what is success? The progressive realization of a worthy ideal. A progressive realization of a worthy ideal. What's your worthy ideal? You have to fall in love. Guys, She's Creating an Empire wasn't born because I thought it sounded like fun. It was born out of a need for me to fulfill my purpose and set you guys free. You need to know you are the creative force of love, that's the source. You're it here in human form, and you're acting like you don't have any power when you have all the power. All of it is inside of you. Write this down. The imagination is the workshop of your future. The imagination, your imagination, my imagination is the workshop of our future. Whatever we are imagining today shows up in our future tomorrow. We have to imagine the most, the best, the most opulent, the most abundant future for ourselves, but we have to do it like it's happening right now because it's a workshop. You see, when you're in your imagination, it's a workshop. You have to do the work of putting the picture together so that you guys can bring it to reality today. Bring it to reality tomorrow. So when you're thinking about what you want your income to be, are you in love with that idea? Would you sweat for that idea? Would you do something scary for that idea? Would you cry, bleed for that idea? Right? You guys think about it. Edison got 1,100 and some odd ways to not create a light bulb before he created a light bulb. Do you think that he would have gone through 1,100 failures if he wasn't in love with the idea of harnessing the electricity to bring light to the world? He was in love with the idea. And what happens when you fall in love with an idea? All forces, unseen and seen, move in your favor, and the universe has your back, and everything you need will show up to bring that thing into your life. Doors will open that no man can close, and doors that shouldn't be open will be shut for you, and paths will be laid before you, and coaches and mentors will show up, and courses will show up, and training will show up, and books and audios will show up, and opportunities will show up. But that's where you have to be so in love with your idea that you don't hesitate to take action. The reason that I've created the success I have in my life is I don't hesitate. 9-second decision maker. Because here's what I know. If I make a decision that takes me further away from my goal, I can make another decision that takes me back to it. And sometimes when things look like they're falling apart, they're actually simply falling together. So if you've had a rough year, and things haven't gone the way you thought they would go, and you don't have the money you thought you would have, and you don't have the business you thought you'd have, and you don't have everything sorted out, that's okay. Your next best move is to create a plan for 2023. And when you create that plan, we're going to fall in love with the plan, right? We're going to decide exactly what we're going to do with the money. We're going to decide exactly how we want to spend our time with our families. We want to think about, I've already got, months in advance planned for what I'm going to do in 2023 and how I'm going to grow my business. How about you? How about you? So let's start with your workbook. If you jump in there, you guys are going to see, now mine's all black. Don't worry about that. Yours won't look like this. There's a wheel of life assessment. And in this assessment, you're starting to look at the areas of your life, like finance, personal growth, health, family, social life, relationships, attitude, and career. And as you draw a circle around that wheel of life, you're going to start to see some discrepancies. You're going to start to see areas that are really strong and areas that are really weak. Don't worry, that's how everyone's look. The goal is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. We want to make sure that we're doing one small thing to bolster where we're weak. Now, I don't want you to focus on your weaknesses, but if your relationships are a shambles, but your money is good, maybe we need to look at priorities, right? We have to think about how are we getting through this world. And if our relationships are good, but our money's in a shambles, that's not better. Just so you know, whoever taught you that your family is the most important thing, of course your family is, but I don't know, why don't you try living with no money? I'm just saying, why don't you just try buying groceries without money, paying mortgage without money, getting dental work without money. What else do we do without money? Getting medical care without money. Money is very important. So I want you guys to do your Wheel of Life exercise. And then right here, you're just going to make a couple of notes of how you can improve a couple of things over there. Then you're going to go into your yearly brainstorming. This is where you do 3 months, 1 year, 3 years, and a lifetime. Now, a lifetime may seem aggressive to you guys, but if you could do anything with your life, like we're at your funeral right now, and there are people saying, this is what she did. This is what she stood for. What would that thing be? Like, I want to create a system where people can learn how to become free, sovereign, whole, loving humans. That's what I want. That's what I want my whole life to be about. If it doesn't line up with that, I ain't doing it. Okay? What's yours? Maybe it's the same as mine. That's okay. Maybe it's different. Maybe you want to save all the dogs. Maybe you want to save all the fishes. Maybe you want to clean the ocean. Maybe you want to, I don't know, help the elderly people. Maybe you want to, usually it's some sort of service to others, right? Because when our life becomes worth it, it's when we're in service to others. When we're sitting around looking at ourselves in the mirror, worried about just our money and our kids and our spouse and our body and our, we don't get anywhere. Right? That is not the plan for your life. You were born for more. You were made for service. Selfless service is called Seva. You'll learn that through yoga if you take it. Seva, especially Kundalini yoga. Seva is the process of serving out of love without expectation of return. And when we live our lives like that, money will flow back to us endlessly. So I want for you guys to think about the next 3 years. Where will you be in the next 3 years? I want you to go find some images, the car you want to drive, the people you want to help. We have our Christmas party coming up. You guys are going to learn all about what we've done this year with She's Creating an Empire. It's like, I think we're over 75,000 families fed. We have women and children being rescued out of slavery. We have widowed women getting businesses and microloans so they don't die in the streets. Like, we have a lot of stuff going on, and actually a portion of the proceeds goes to that, right? So we want to make sure that as we're serving you guys, we're also serving our global family, our global mandate, which is what, right? It's all about women for me, because men, it's a different scenario for men. It really is. You guys understand that we've been, conditioned to give away our power, our money, and our time and expect nothing in return. And although that sounds like Seva, selfless service, what it actually is you being robbed of your future and your purpose and your destiny. And so we're going to make it so you can have a family and all the beautiful stuff, but we also have all the money and the business and the freedom and the sovereignty to go along with it. So 1 year from now, what would you like your life to look like? So of course, yes, exactly, Leona, no identity, right? You guys understand right now, you might be in the throes of raising young kids. Well, guess what? They're going to move out. And when they move out, who are you then? Right? You might be married right now, and he might be the love of your life. And maybe you've been married 20 years. And then one day he might leave or die. Who are you then? We can't lose ourselves in the process of loving others. It's the reverse is true. We love ourselves. We become more of ourselves. We step into our genuine, authentic self, into who we are, into our purpose, our passion. We do that for us. And then the overflow blesses our spouse, blesses our kids, right? My kids never saw me give up becoming more of who I am. And because they saw that, that's the only thing they know. So what are they going to do? Become more of them. I want for my family to become the best version of themselves and to live into their purpose and their passion. And I'm sure you do too. So a year from now, what do you want it to look like? How do you want to feel? What do you want your life to be about? Where's your time going to be spent? Is it just as it is now? Maybe it is. Maybe nothing needs to change for you. Or maybe we need to set some bigger goals. Here's the number one thing I've taken away from the last week: go bigger, faster. I don't care if you know how to do it. I don't care if you're scared out of your pants. I don't care if no one supports you. I don't care if anybody agrees with you. I don't care if anybody even gets it. Go bigger, faster. Go bigger, faster. Go bigger, faster in your dreams. Go bigger, faster in your reality. Go bigger, faster in your actions. Go bigger, faster in your activities. Go bigger, faster in your faith, your belief, your knowing, your intuition. You know what's right for you. So goal setting workshop, guys, we need an annual number of how much money you want to make next year with a definite date that you will attain that money. I would recommend December 22nd, 2023. Why? Because we don't want to work during Christmas. If you don't do Christmas, you do Hanukkah, whatever you want, figure out your date. It's totally good. If you don't do anything, that's fine too. But just know that time off is necessary. So I always set my goals to be before I want my time off. Number two, in the next year, what would be some milestones, some things that you would be like, wow, that feels good, right? Like, I want to have 1,000 coaches and she's creating an empire. That's my goal. I want to have 1,000 women that are out there teaching the principles of financial fitness. We're going to be bringing in some other courses that are going to be, we got the CEO school, we got the momentum group. We're going to be teaching women how to build online businesses, how to, we're going to be bringing in some really cool stuff. Like, I want to see some nutrition stuff. I want to see how to raise your kids stuff. I want to see branding. Like, I want you guys to have a resource center, right? So the goal is to have 1,000 coaches so that, because the Financial Fitness Academy is the first step to all of this. If you don't got your money game straight, you're screwed. I don't care how much money you make. If you don't know how to keep it, make it grow, you're still going to be dead broke. You can go make $10 million. And if you don't know how to take care of that $10 million, you won't have any money left. That's the truth, right? So Sydney says 2023 is going to be fire, right? Because Sydney had a breakthrough. Guys, listen, year number two, year number one, Sydney struggled and she's creating an empire in her businesses, in learning all this information, because it's like drinking from a fire hose. And she had to go from who she was to who she is today. But this year, she got it. Year two, she got a breakthrough, guys. Her income up, her trading up, her brand online up, who she is up, her relationship with her kids up, her relationship with her husband up, all the way up. Why? Because she was brave enough to stick it out, stay the course, and see it through. Most people come for a week or a day or a month and they're like, nah, it's not working for me. Sydney was like, it's not working for me. And then she dug in further and she stayed longer and she re-enrolled in the momentum group. And now she's got rank advancement after rank advancement. She's got coaching clients. She's got trading. She's got all the things lining up for her to have the best year ever. And it's because she stayed the course and she was brave enough. Show up for the Christmas party, and you guys will get to hear from her. Okay, so a couple questions. Are you going to take 100% radical responsibility for your year next year? I will tell you this, guys. I have wasted, and this is true for me. I know you guys are going to argue with me. Don't argue, please, because this is true for me. I have wasted my time and my energy on stuff that does not matter, that does not move the needle, that I thought was important, that wasn't, in an attempt to make sure that I didn't, ruffle other people's feathers, didn't stand out too much, didn't do this, didn't do that. And I've really done nothing with my life. I am 48 in February. I'm 49 in February. I'm so confused about my age. We need to have I'm going to start getting like the little lines where you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so I can keep track of my age. But Here's the reality. What have I done? Like, what have I done? What have I produced? What have I actually done? There's 7 billion people on the planet and I've impacted 80,000 of them. Are you serious? What is that about? What else am I going to do with my life? Do I think laying on a beach is going to be better? Although I love laying on the beach. Yes, I'm going to do that once in a while. But I am now in a season, this next 10 years for me is full throttle. And I don't mean I'm going to be spending more time. I'm actually probably going to spend less time, but I'm going to spend laser focused, result driven, data deciding energy on this year and the following 10 years. Because if I do not change the way people are thinking and being raised and raising their kids before I die, I will not have completed my mission. You understand? I've known since I was a wee child, itty bitty, like I'm talking, you can ask my mom when she's better on Thursday. At 2 years old, I told her to get a new person in our lives because the one we had was not working. He was broken. And we needed one that was going to work. Since I was 2 years old, I've known that my job is to tell the truth in love and to help people see the clear path to their better future. What is yours? I love that. My exact feelings. I spent the last few weeks assessing my desires and realigning with what sets my soul on fire. That's what we're going to do this year. So, you guys, back to our workshop. If you've got your workbook, you are going to see your mission. Your mission is why you do what you do, right? Like I would do this for free. If I'm at a mall and I see somebody doing something with their kid that's hurting that child's psyche or understanding of what love is or understanding of who they are with inside of love in this universe, I feel injustice and I will go speak to them. Trust me, I'm awkward. I will literally go say, hey, here's a better way to talk to that child. Whether they get it or not, I don't care, but I want that kid to know that they are seen and I saw what was happening and that they are important, right? My mission is to make sure you know that too, that you know that you need to be speaking to yourself with love, kindness, consideration, and 100% responsibility when you need it. So what is your mission? Your vision is what you're going to create. So I want to create a company that has 1,000 coaches all working towards bringing clients, putting them through the Financial Fitness Academy, getting them into the CEO school, getting them launched with their own businesses and becoming coaches. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to focus on. What is your vision, right? Inside of that, yes, I have network marketing companies that I build outside of that, right? Yes, I have a book that I'm going to write. Yes, we have a podcast we're going to launch, but my vision is written plainly for all to see so that those that want to respond can. Because the reality is, how do you gain people? You by saying, hey, listen, I'm going to get an army of women, who are setting the captives free, teaching people how to handle money, how to pay off their debt, how to create multiple streams of income, how to brand themselves online, how to love themselves, love their kids, and create an empire. And I want to know how many of you want to do that with me too. How many of you on the line right now or listening to the replay, you want to be a part of a mission that's going to change the very fabric of our society? If that's you, I want you to drop a me in the chat. If you're not a coach yet, then you need to think about becoming a coach. You do. Because the days are, anybody notice? Times like this, we got a short time. Okay, what's your commercial? Why should people join you? You got to do that work. Why should people join you? I know why people should join me, because I will not stop until it's done. And I will do whatever it takes to help you get past whatever limitation you feel is real. Because guess what? It's all not true. Everything you believe about yourself, you made it up. You chose to believe it. Somebody said you were shy. You're like, yeah, I am shy. You're not shy. Babies aren't born shy. They're not born bold either. Babies aren't born shy. Tell me how a shy baby cries. Does a shy baby go, meh? Is that how a shy baby cries? There is no such thing as a shy baby. Parents create shy children. Parents create shy children by saying, oh, he's shy. Oh, she's shy. Oh, she doesn't like that. Oh, she doesn't like this. Instead of saying, stand up, look them in the eyes, speak from your stomach, project your voice, teaching them how to be leaders, teaching them how to be productive citizens. They say, oh, you're shy. No, people aren't shy. People choose to be shy. People decide to be shy, but they're not shy, actually. People decide to be bold too. Like, I didn't show up crying any different than any other baby, and yet I'll say just about anything to anybody. Why? Because I learned that is how I get what I want. Shy people learn that's how they get what they want. So we have to decide, is that working for us? Do we want to keep the ideas we have about ourselves? Do you want to keep the idea that money is hard to make? Do you want to keep the idea that you can never get rich? Do you want to keep the idea that, having an online business is for other people, not for you? Do you want to keep the idea that, other people can speak on stage, but not you? Other people can author best-selling books, but not you? Other people can be publicized in media, but not you? Do you want to keep those ideas? Or would you like to adopt something different? Would you like to believe that you are enough, that you can do it, that money flows to you frequently and easily from multiple sources on a continuous basis, that everything you touch turns to gold, that every time you decide to grow a business, it explodes? How about you believe that about yourself instead? That's what 2023 is going to be about. We're going to get this framework straight. We're going to get our mindset correct, right? I've just been asked to become a mindset educator with another company who has literally a mindset academy. And the reason we were asked to do that is because we've been working on our mindset for 25 years. 25 years. Okay. What are your business builder statements? That's right here. Do not skip this step. Business builder statements are things you're going to read to yourself each and every day that remind you of what you're doing and how you're doing it. So everything I touch turns to gold. Every time I talk to a client, they get excited, they get enrolled, and they refer other clients, right? I am a top leader. I am a top speaker. I'm a top trainer. I travel globally and impact stages internationally. I have a best-selling book. I'm a best whatever. You guys have to decide what your statements are, write them down and read them every day. And then what are your rewards going to be, right? What are your rewards going to be? My reward, I'm taking my mom to Hawaii for her birthday. That is a reward for my 90-day run that I'm literally right now actively working on wrapping up my last 90 days. Then after Christmas, January, February, March, 90-day all-out blitz, and then Hawaii for her birthday. That is my reward. What is your reward? And then it says down here, I'm so happy and grateful now. So that would sound like I'm so happy and grateful now that I have 1,000 coaches and she's creating an empire who have brought in tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of clients. We are changing lives globally. We are an international best-selling community. We're creating or have created a movement by December 22nd, 2023. That would be my I'm so happy and grateful now. So the last thing you're going to do is you're going to flip over to this. This is your 12-month goal setting. So you want to put here family, finances, fitness, faith, and giving. So I always have giving because giving, I believe, is the key to creating an abundant life. I think that whatever you want to get more of, you need to give more of. You give more, you get more, right? You plant a seed, you get a harvest. Plant a seed, get a harvest. So go through your 12-month goal setting, write down your top 3 goals in each category, the actions you need to take to get those goals. And then at the bottom, you want to write down your top 5 banner goals. You guys can see here by the end of the year, I have 4 written down because I am narrowing my focus. One of those goals got hit in September. And so I'm not replacing it with a new goal. It's off the list. I now have 4 goals that I'm working on hitting. And because I'm doing that, guess what? We're moving the needle. So your life is all about moving the needle. Your goals are all about moving the needle. You have to keep your focus. You have to keep your, I love that. Tracy, you're funny. Sorry, you guys can read the comments later. But you guys have to keep your focus so that you can produce the results that you're looking for in 2023. Now, what we're going to do, we are going to set you guys up for success. We have created a holiday bundle. You guys, some of you know if you've been around the academy or around the Financial Fitness Academy, or if you've been in the community for a while, you know that we created a holiday bundle. It has the certified coaching in it, and it has the year-long mentorship momentum group in it, literally at 89% off. Okay, so you get both of those things 89% off. Okay, so Cassie, can you please put up the link for that bundle now, and we will make sure that it's also in the post. But I want you guys to know this offer is by far the most generous offer we've ever made in our community. You're getting the coach certification and the momentum group and the Financial Fitness Academy for 89% off all of it. It is a ridiculously low price. It will never be this price again. This is not a sales pitch. Please believe me now. Don't miss this. This is you being able to get in on all the goodness and drastically transform your life in the next 12 months with the lowest price of the entire year. Okay, so we're going to put the link up so that you guys can make sure that you have that. And if you don't know what the right next step is, you can go ahead and grab the strategy call link, which I know that Cassie also has. I'm just going to go grab that link for you guys. But I want you guys to know that there is no time like the present to decide to actually change your life. And there's no way for you to change things unless you change the way you think, because the reality is how you think now has gotten to you to where you are now, right? So here's the link. She just posted it. Link for bundle is there. Make sure you put whoever sent you we'll get that figured out for you. But you can also book a chat if you don't know if that's the next best step for you. But I do know, guys, that this next 12 months, there is a radical transformation going on, not just in this community, but on the planet. Things are changing. People are thinking different. Jobs are going away and they're not coming back. There is going to be a massive correction in the market. There is all kinds of stuff that are going to seem very scary if you do not know how to navigate those waters. We know how to navigate them. Whether the market crashes or not, we're good. Whether jobs are going away, it doesn't matter to me. I don't need a job. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when the housing market corrects? What are you going to do when the stock market corrects? What are you going to do when Forbes says 70% of jobs are going away and they're not coming back? This is not a frigging fire drill, people. This is not a fire drill. Like, if you're not making money online, how are you going to live? I'm not like, hello? Well, how are we going to do it? Not scared. I love it, Rochelle. Not scared. Why? Because we know how to navigate it. You see, wisdom, proper preparation prevents poor performance. We don't have to be afraid of anything. We have to have our plan, which we're doing now, right? Our 12-month plan. We have to have the education we need, which you can get here. You have to have the coaching and mentorship you need to stay the course, right? Stay the course. You can stay on the free trainings. You don't have to join any of this. Show up every week. We do a free training every single week. We're going to do that all year, of course. But that's not going to get you the results that you want to get in the next 12 months if you're looking to go to six figures. Why? Because it's just not enough. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. You treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. I just spent $70,000 on my coach for the year. $70,000. You guys. 70 grand. Why? Because for me, the next level is beyond seven figures, right? It's like next level. It's 8 figures. So I have to find an 8-figure coach. Guess what? They charge a lot of money. You guys, 6 figures or 6 figures to 7 figures, this is where we're at. And right now, 89% off to get the coaching that you need. So with that, I want you guys to understand, I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because you need to understand I invest in myself more than I'm in asking you to invest in you. I spend more time studying, I guarantee it, than you do. I literally do 2 to 3 hours of education every single day. I work on my business every single day. I work usually 8 to 10 hours a day. I'm on the phone, I'm on Zooms, I'm doing copy, I'm doing all the things that I need to do to move my needle forward because I have a big mission and a big task, and I want you guys to be a part of it. We're going to take care of all the heavy lifting. As a coach, we take care of all the heavy lifting. You just need to be willing to help women through the process. So with that, I love you guys. click either get your chat booked, or go to the bundle and secure your spot today. If you have any questions about the bundle, of course, get a chat book. It's not rocket science. So Cassie, if you can go to the post in the Facebook group, add the chat link and the bundle link to the event so that they can see it, and to the post so they can find it later if they need to. I love you guys. I want you to know I've been thinking about you. I pray for you guys daily. I want you guys to go each add 10 new women to this Facebook group. We cannot impact 1 million women with this message unless you take personal responsibility for your part in it. If you have been placed here, it's for a reason. Nothing happens by accident. If you found me, it's because you're supposed to be here and I'm supposed to be with you, and we're supposed to do this thing together. Okay, so let's go change some lives. Love, 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 love you. I want you guys to fill out your 12-month thing, and I want you to drop it in the homework chat. Cassie's going to put a homework chat in the group. I want to see your guys' 12-month goals. If you're already a coach, when you put your goals in, put I'm a coach. If you're not a coach yet, put not a coach yet or not a coach, so that I can see who's doing what, because a lot of your results is going to come down to accountability. Love you guys. We'll talk soon, okay? Be blessed. Bye.